All right, all right. Give people some time to log in. All right. All right, all right. Welcome, welcome. Welcome to the Transcapitalist Free Credit Repair Masterclass. I'm excited to have this masterclass. Just going to give it till another few seconds to let other people join in. But other than that, we'll hop right in and get right to it. All right. Welcome, welcome. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Giving it just a little few more seconds, and we're about to hop right into the free masterclass and get this credit repair going on and popping. All right, I'm about to start soon. Okay. All right, cool. So, welcome to the Credit Repair Masterclass. This is going to be able to help you get your credit repaired without going to scamming ass companies. Do not use a credit agency company whatsoever. You are able to repair your credit just as easily as you need to do so. I was at a point, even sharing my own story, that I shot my credit score to hell. And especially when I made the jump from 9 to 5 to entrepreneurship. But I did not have any worry. I knew exactly what I needed to do to rebuild my credit and make it even stronger than what it is before. So that brings me to my first tip. When it deals with credit repair, do not get flustered. Be able to understand that your credit goes up, it can go down. If it goes down, it can go back up. It does fluctuate. It will fluctuate. When you do things that you need to do and understand the credit repair game, then you'll know exactly what you need to do to keep it up and keep it afloat. But if it was to ever drop down, just please know that you'll know exactly what you need to do, especially to bring it right back up where it needs to go. So starting off with credit, the reason that we have credit is that you're borrowing money. Credit cards are not your money. It's a loan. It's a loan that's on a pretty little plastic card with your name on it. Don't ever get it twisted. When it comes to credit, you have to understand you are borrowing money and that the only way they're making money off of you is through interest. So you always want to be 2 to 3 steps ahead of the game when it comes to borrowing money. So this way you're not always doing it from a point of desperation like I used to do. I was told a bad money tip advice from my own mother of just like, oh, if you need credit cards, no, if you need money, go get a credit card. It's one of the fastest ways to get a credit card. And the thing is, that is not true whatsoever. This is the worst way to ever get money, and it's the quickest way to fall into debt. Credit card debt is the fastest slippery slope. It's the fastest debt that a lot of people fall into, a lot of Americans, or even if you're from the UK, if you're other countries, credit card debt is the fastest way to fall into debt. So that's why the first tip I always want to give you is understand that it will fluctuate. If it goes down, you can bring it back up. If it goes back up, you can keep it up. And the point is to stay it up there until the point that you actually need it. That goes into my second point. The best tip I can ever give you is that you are allowed to get a free credit report from any one of the bureaus for free once a year. So anytime it hits January, or if you haven't gotten your report, you're able to contact them and ask them for a free credit report. This is going to be very important. What I want you to do when you receive that credit report is to review it. Not all credit report companies are angels. They make mistakes. They mess up. There will be able in times where there's cases where they may put your debt of somebody else on your report. And then especially if you're trans, when you change your name, when you legally change your name, you get two credit reports, which is kind of messed up. And that's something you don't want. And they're trying to fix it. They're trying to rectify it. There's no legal backing behind it of why they actually do this. But you need to understand that you want to check if you have two credit reports out, because that's going to negatively affect you and your score. It will hurt you. It will drop your score. And it's messed up. This is why we need to hold these credit bureaus accountable and let them know, yo, you made a mistake on my credit report and you don't have to pay for it. Now, you want to be able to dispute any claims that are on your credit report. You are able to do so through a form, or you're able to call the credit bureau company and let them know that I want to dispute a claim. It may take up some time. They're going to drag their feet on it, because if they admit that they made a mistake, it's hell on earth for them and not you. So you need to hold them to the fire. You want to make sure when it comes to your credit report, you get the free credit report, and then you review it and you make sure everything that is on there is yours. Now, like I said before, it's messed up that you may have two, but you want to talk to them to see how you're able to combine the both of them into one credit report. This way, you'll know exactly what's on your credit report. You should know what loans were taken out. So you should be able to see any medical debt. You should see any car debt. You should see any loan debt. You should see any credit card debts. Any type of loan that you have taken out with an agency will be on that credit report, especially if they do a pull. Just like if you know when somebody does a pull, like a soft pull or a hard pull, I'm just letting you know any type of pull will result in a lower credit score. And it just sucks, because these are the rules that they have created, and these are the rules that we're just abiding by. So I want you to understand, when it comes to your credit report, guard that thing like a pit bull. You want to make sure they are reporting everything correctly so they're not messing it up. When it comes to your credit with yourself, once you have your free credit report that you get once a year, that I love to do, and then once you check it over and review it and dispute any claims, the next thing that you want to do is tend to the credit card debt that you may have. Now, I don't want you to think that there's nothing out there for you and that you're unable to do it if it feels like it's a lot. But I'm letting you know right now, it's not. You'll be able to calculate it and do so. This is why I like to say, if you need any more specialized techniques or details, please know there's only 3 spots left within my cohort, and how I teach you all these techniques to do so, and strategies and methods in order to take it a step further. But going back to what I was saying with your own credit, you do not need a credit agency. So far, do we have any questions about your credit report and how to access and get your credit report? If you're out there, type in the word money and I'll keep going. All right, y'all. Type in the word money and I'll keep going. Any questions on credit report? Any questions on the credit reports? All right, cool. Moving on to the next part. Now, When it comes to your credit card statement, this is going to be a key into figuring out how the credit report agencies work. Your credit card statement by law has to tell you what your APR rate is. That means what your interest rate is, meaning how much money they're going to make off of you whenever you take out money against this loan, aka swiping your credit card. So anytime you buy something, you will be charged interest for that purchase. And that's how they make their money if you do not pay off that balance before the specific end period date. You want to know exactly what that interest rate is because there are interest rate calculators out there that will help you and let you know anytime you make a purchase how much money you're going to have to pay extra than that purchase that you actually had compared to just paying the minimum amount. So I want you to understand and going into the next tip. The next tip is understanding that the minimum payment is a trap. Never, ever, ever pay the minimum amount. Always try to pay double or triple the minimum amount on your credit cards. If you're unable to pay double or triple amount, at least start trying to pay $20 to $25 at least more than what the minimum amount is, because then you'll be able to start hitting the principal. The principal part of the loan is what you actually owe. That's the definition of it. But I want you to understand that if you're not hitting the principal whatsoever when you're paying off your credit card, you will be unable to actually start paying that credit card. That means you'll be stuck in predatory lending legally. It's kind of like legal slavery with prison. Like slavery is outlawed, but yet you have prison workers working for 16 cents on the dollar doing a job. That's straight slavery. But if you're able to keep paying the minimum amount on your credit card, yes, your credit score will not drop, but I guarantee you, you will be paying hundreds, maybe even thousands more money on that loan that you could have been out of months ago if you just paid more and was able to start tackling down the principal. This is why you want to tackle down the principal. You never, ever, ever want to make sure you're just paying the minimum amount, because all you're going to be paying off is interest. And I know it sounds like a great deal. You make a $500 purchase and all you have to do is just pay $25. And then you're always going to tell yourself, well, I'll just pay the $25 now. And when I get a better job, or when I get more money, when I get this, I'll be able to pay it off. That never happens and never comes, because we're in life. We're in a capitalistic society that is designed to oppress us, and it's going to be very, very, very hard for us in order to pay that off. This is why I say it's a trap, and that is one of the greatest tips I can ever give you. Understanding that it is a trap. Do not let it happen to you. All right? This is why I did that reel today. Being trans and having a credit card, you are most likely to have a low credit score. But if you know the rules and you understand what you need to do, you will be great. So, after learning that, does anybody have any questions? If you have a question so far, or if you like what you're hearing, please let me know. Let me know if you're out there so I can keep going. If you have a comment, let me know. Oh, bet. Do you have any questions? Blue. Yeah, we can go into student loans. Just letting you know, excuse me, I do know about student loans and the process of student loans. I'm not an expert, but I can answer some questions or point you to the right person to answer those questions. Not a problem. Right now we're in the Q&A section, so if you have any questions about credit repair or credit cards or student loans, let me know. I know there's probably a delay coming in when you're typing up the question. When you say he was given the runaround, um, would you be able to say because my wife was able to get her student loans forgiven? She was doing it for 20 years, and they're very specific about what applications you're filling out. What I would do is I would keep applying and keep calling. So when you come dealing with people, hey, what's up, EC? We're doing Q&A right now. We're just talking about student loans. When you are dealing with people in the student loan office and they're trying to give you the runaround, the best way to do is always call them as soon as they open up and in the morning. If you can always get a woman operator, it would be always best because they're willing to help you more. But what you want to do is have the application right out in front of you and have everything that you need. And you want to ask them what would you need to get. Oops, all right, event starting at 7. What it would take for you to actually have it forgiven. It's kind of like what we talked about getting your top surgery covered. Do not let them give you the runaround. Stop them. Let them know exactly like, hey, I keep getting the runaround. I keep getting. What I would keep doing is hounding them. I would not let loose. I would get those loans definitely, definitely forgiven and keep applying. Also, another great resource is the student loan doctor. She gives out great advice on how to fill out different applications. She does different lives and she does a lot of Q&A. Also, she does have a lot of videos on Earn Your Leisure, which is the YouTube video, the two black guys that do a lot of things about finance. I would watch every video that she has. They're short, and then reach out to her personally as well. And if you're still having trouble, reach out to me personally and I got you. Does anybody else have any other questions on credit cards before I end? But I do want to give out, oh, you're welcome. I got you. What I do want to do is just review the tips that I've given so far. The first thing you always want to do is just understand that your credit score will fluctuate. If it goes up, it can come down. If it goes down, still know it can go back up. I shot my credit score to hell twice and I was able to rebuild without any debt, scamming, credit agencies, credit report agencies. The point of the credit repair agencies is that they just want you to stay on possible and let you pay your loan as long as possible because the longer you use them, the more money they get out of you. So don't think that they're there to help you. They're there to draw out your loans. And then on top of that, they're always going to tell you to consolidate when you actually do not need to consolidate. What you need is just a better strategy on how to eliminate debt. And this is what I do when I teach you in my cohort all those strategies and techniques. The next one, please understand you are able to get a free credit report every single year from one of the credit bureaus. From the credit bureaus, all you have to do is go to their website and type, and you'll see a prompt that's saying get a free credit report. Please make sure it's one of the top three, which is TransUnion, Experian, or Equifax. They all have your credit report. Now, if you are trans, you do want to make sure if you ask them if you have two credit reports out there. Experian is actually taking the initiative to learn how to combine your credit reports into one. This way, you're not having two or three are out there. You do not want that to happen because it's just going to hurt you in a long time. In the long run, anytime you try to apply for new credit or a new credit card. So once you get your free credit report, review that mug. Review it like it's a contract because they're not angels. They're going to make mistakes. They're going to mess up. They're going to assign different debts that you do not even have or own or be a part of and put it on your report. And then also, you want to check the time length of those debts on your report. I do believe it is 7 years that they will fall off. So this is why you want to keep that going and keep it on. Do not let it happen to you. All right, everybody. Does anybody else have any questions so far with those tips? All right, we're going to keep going. Third tip, please remember, understand what your credit card statement is telling you. You want to make sure that you do not have a high APR rate. Anything over 20% is a high APR rate. You always want to see if you can get anywhere from 15 to 19% interest. Now, of course, those comes with different caveats of just saying that if you used to get like an upgraded credit card, of course, you're going to have an annual fee of probably around anywhere from $400 to like 500 or 700, maybe even $800. But your APR rate is very low compared to if you're looking for something with an annual fee of like $50 or less, you're going to be looking at an APR rate of anywhere from 22 to 25%, which is borderline predatory lending. You don't want that to happen to you. So that's why there's trade-offs. I don't make the rules, but this is what's happening and these are out there and I want to stop you from doing these things. All right? From your credit card statement, look at the minimum amount and know that it is a trap, the biggest trap ever created in life. They want to make you comfortable, lull you to sleep, and then stab you in the back with that damn minimum payment. Do not let them catch you off guard. Don't let them catch you sleeping. At the end of the day, you're going to understand that it's the biggest and greatest trap whatsoever. And this is why you always have to pay double or at least triple the amount. If it is going to be too much for you to afford double or triple the amount, at least do $25 and up per month per statement. This way you're hitting the principal and then you're not hitting the interest anymore. It will feel like you're getting nowhere, but when you start chopping down at the principal, you will start to see your balance go down and you'll start to see your credit score actually go up. Sometimes they even increase your credit score limit, your credit card limit, without even telling you because you're doing such a great job. That's what you want them to aim for. You don't want them to do anything else. Is there any questions so far about those 4 great tips that I've given you? All right, we're at the Q&A portion. Does anybody got any questions, comments, or concerns? Let me know what you think out there. All righty then. Well, 6:57. It's about to be 6:58. It's been a great time with y'all. I hope you learned something new. I hope you tell your friends. I hope you let me know that if you wanted to learn more or something to improve, please understand that there's actually only 3 spots left for the cohort. There's an early bird special for the price. There's only 3 spots for it, which has $500 off. It is imperative for you to join this cohort because it's going to be letting you know how to game the system of capitalism. You will learn everything you need to know and more in order to thrive within any economic climate and face any economic challenge and have the power of rebuilding. I guarantee it. I meticulously designed this curriculum for you to thrive, and you're going to actually win because at the end of the day, 2024, we get money together. All right, y'all. Peace.